Hey guys, and welcome back to another how-to family law video with the Legal Queen. For those of you that don't know who I am a family solicitor practicing for in excess of 20 years now. Today I'm going to share with you 10 top tips in getting sole custody of your children. And don't forget, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Let's jump straight in. So tip number 1, don't be emotional. A lot of litigants in person will arrive at family court and do one big emotional dump. This is the reason why the other parent shouldn't have the children. He can't do this and she can't do that. What you've got to remember is that family court judges are hearing this day in, day out. Be chronological. Make sure that you keep factual. Give the judge a timeline of what's happened and the reason that you are before the court. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, be aware of why you are in front of the judge. A lot of people think that each hearing they go to, they have to make a closing argument. This is going to be it. This is going to be the final decision that the court's going to make. And that's not always the case. We have different hearings to decide different things within the same application. So tip number 2, know what your hearing is for. Tip number 3, show why the other parent can't make decisions that are in the best interest of your child. You don't want to be too derogatory, keep it factual, but point out the obvious. What you're saying is the children need to be in my sole custody because the other parent isn't fit to do that, to make those decisions. Explain to the court why. Give examples. Tip number 4, think about what matters to the judge. What's important legally, not what matters to you. Again, a lot of litigants in person will just run off piste here and explain to the court what they feel is important. Make sure you do your research and know what the court's looking for in order for the court to make a decision. Tip number 5, know your legislation. Have a look at Section 1 of the Children's Act 1989. That's going to tell you exactly what the court's looking for when they're making decisions about children. Know that before you go into court. That's really going to help you deliver your argument well. Tip number 6, if you are suggesting sole custody or a change of residence, that means unequal time with the other parent. Have strong reasons to back that up. Let the court know exactly why you think that is in the child's best interest. And remember, always take it back to the legislation, the Children's Act. Tip number 7, always best to stick with mainstream viewpoints. Don't go off piste here and start talking about controversial areas, particularly when it comes to education and medical needs of the children. Stick mainstream. It's not about what you want to hear, it's about what the judge wants to hear, to convince the judge that actually the child being in your sole custody is what's in that child's best interests. Tip number 8, you always want to demonstrate that even if the court give you sole custody, that the other parent is going to play a large part in the child's life. That's really important. It's the child's right to have a relationship with both parents. So be sure to include in your argument and demonstrate that the other parent will still be heavily involved, even though the child might be living with you. Tip number 9, be sure to build a strong case. Explain to the court why your choices are in the child's best interests. Tip number 10, obtaining sole custody is not easy. Bear that in mind. However, it is possible. Craft your arguments carefully, structure them in a legal way and not an emotional way, and just make clear to the court why your decisions are definitely in the best interest of the child. So there we go. I really hope that's helped. For those of you that are representing yourself in family court and you're looking to get sole custody of the child, there's my top 10 tips. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday at 7 o'clock for another family law video.